LaMelo Ball number 3, James Wiseman number 2. Hey guys, MVP here. Today we're taking a look on the 2020 NBA Draft. Now this channel has been a lot about NBA history, but today we're going to take a look at the NBA Draft. I am probably going to do a similar video about all the trades going on, but depending on how good this one goes over. So let's start the video. So the Timberwolves selected Anthony Edwards, which in my opinion was the perfect fit. Not only that, I think Anthony Edwards is the best player in the draft. I will say LaMelo has more lopsided, but Anthony Edwards, in my opinion, is the best player in the draft. He's a very powerful guard, very athletic. He has elite strength. He's very explosive, and I think that matches perfectly with D'Lo and Cat, which aren't, the strongest. I think he could be a great scoring shooting guard and could help the Timberwolves be amazing this season.
In the right direction. I think that's important when you have guys like Cat, D'Angelo Russell, and now Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Draft. The Golden State Warriors select James Wiseman from the University of Memphis.
I think the Warriors absolutely made the perfect fit by drafting James Wiseman. Not only is this pick was the best pick for them right now, I did thought they should trade the pick because they're trying to contend right now, but I'm sure that James Wiseman will have an impact for them next season, and it would be nice seeing a rookie play with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and learning from them a lot. Hopefully Klay is healthy so they could actually be good. I feel like James Wiseman can improve their depth, like with Eric Paschall and Damian Lee and guys like that. So I guess we'll see how good the Warriors will be with Wiseman next season. Number 3, well, the Hornets already have 2 point guards, and it's their top 2 players, but still there's no question that they should have took LaMelo Ball. He was by far the best available, and that was a great pick. Now, the Bulls selecting Patrick Williams, I don't really like that pick, and I feel like they should have gone like Isaac Okoro, Obi Toppin, or Denny. And that's because not only is, I feel like, from what I know about these guys, all 3 are better than Patrick Williams. Especially, like, the Bulls really need to add playmaking. I don't trust, Kobe White is a very good scorer, but I don't trust him enough as a playmaker, and Denny is a really good playmaker. Not only that, but I don't know how Patrick Williams will work with Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter. I don't think he can play small forward too much, and it's not that he's a bad player. He's supposed to be a really good 3-and-D guy, a very good defender. He's pretty high, but I still think they should have traded down. Like, even if they really want Patrick Williams, he was supposed to go like 8th through 12th. And I know that a lot of teams started wanting him a lot more as he went to training camps with them. But still, even if they would have traded to like, not even like the 12th pick, but like the 7th pick in the draft, they would have got a lot of at least one valuable piece for that swap. And I think that would have been a lot better for them, because I don't see Patrick Williams working too much in their offense, and even if he does, they still should have traded down.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Isaac Okoro.
I think he's the best wing defender in this draft. He gets down in the stance, he's got a low center of gravity, and he's really tough and disruptive. He can switch off onto anyone and guard anyone. Here he's switching off onto an excellent player that's going to be taken in the lottery, I believe, Kyrie Lewis Jr. of Alabama. Stays in front of him, able to disrupt with his length. He's got a tremendous motor, and he plays so hard. Really good in transition and really good putting it on the deck, an excellent driver and getting to the rim. He rebounds well. He's a good offensive rebounder, explosive going to the basket. can finish. The one thing he doesn't do right now, he's not a consistent perimeter shooter. He's got to become a better perimeter shooter because he really has everything else. And it shows you the value of a wing that can really defend multiple positions, can play in transition, and can put the ball on the deck and get to the rim. If he can add a jump shot to his game.
I couldn't describe it better myself. Isaac Okoro is the greatest, not only wing defender in the draft, but the best defender in the draft. Is good at driving to the rim, is a good rebounder, and the only thing he needs is to add a jump shot. Now, as for the selection, personally, I would take Denny Avdija because I feel like with guys like Andre Drummond and Colin Sexton and even Kevin Love, who's probably going to leave, the Cavs have a lot of defense. But they need a bit more playmaking, which I feel like Denny brings, along with a better offensive game. But still, this is a really great selection, and like that was a great selection, even if it was a little bit surprising. Especially because, you know, it's the position the Cavs needed anyways.
With the 6th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Onyeka Okongwu.
Now, I do not understand this selection. It's not a bad selection, especially when you consider the fact that Atlanta really needs defense. They have offense. They have a lot of offense, but they need defense. But the thing is, if you don't just take the greatest defensive guy available, they already have Clint Capella. Both of them are too good to come off the bench. None of them can play power forward because they got John Collins there. And if you're going to trade one of them, you're not going to get equal value back. So if they wanted like a great defensive small forward, what I would do is take Isaac Okoro, and since he's not available, trade like this pick and a future first round pick or like 2 second-round picks, even a Kevin Huerter, and easily get Isaac Okoro. And even but let's say they don't want to trade, they want to keep onto this guy. So Denny is available, and he is a good defender, and he's a much better offensive player. He's not a bad defender, and he's a very good playmaker, which also is super important. I just don't understand this selection at all. Now, it's not horrible because they really need defense, but I still think they should have got Denny, but I'm not super mad because, like, it's okay. It's not the worst of the worst. I would say I wasn't really expecting this. The Pistons selected Killian Hayes with the 6th overall pick, and I love this pick. The fit is amazing. I think he can learn a lot from Derrick Rose. He will have a lot of opportunities for this team after them trading Luke Kennard, and I really love this pick for the Pistons. Now, I also think this is a really good fit for Killian Hayes as well. He's a good defender. The only thing he really needs to work on is his three-point shooting. He shot only 25%, but besides that, he's really good to go.
With the 8th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Obi Toppin.
Now, this one's interesting. I really wanted them to take Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like that would have been a better fit. Even like a Denny Avdija would have been a better fit, but I feel like despite them getting another power forward and them already having Julius Randle, Obi Toppin was projected to go top 5. He was ranked number 6, and he was one of the best players in the draft. Him going number 8 is absurd. It's a huge steal, which is why I'm not mad at them. But yeah, so I am really excited to see him play in New York, and really congratulations to the Knicks for actually getting him.
With the 9th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Denny Avdija from Herzliya, Israel.
Avdija is my favorite player in the draft, and the reason he failed from being ranked 4th to getting to pick 9th is just because I feel like after the first 3 guys, there were a whole lot of guys who were basically the same level. I mean, we saw it going even further with Tyrese Halliburton, who we will talk about it. So Denny is amazing. He is a very underrated defender. He is very skilled. He's not an amazing 3-point shooter, but he's pretty solid. He's a very good playmaker, very solid rebounder. I love his upside. Like, I would say he's not the safest pick in the world, but his upside is like easily top 4 in this entire draft. So, I really love this selection for the Wizards. Not only that, but the Wizards actually said that they really want Avdia, but they weren't thinking they can get him. So congratulations to the Wizards for actually getting Avdia.
With the 10th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Jalen Smith from the University of Maryland.
Now this one's interesting. I really wanted him to take Tyrese Halliburton because I feel like he's not, Jalen Smith is not a bad player, but he was ranked 20th and got picked 10th. And I feel like the Suns really needed a power forward. Now they also traded Kelly Oubre, so they also really need a small forward. So that's why I'm okay with this pick. But I would take like a Devin Vessel who can play small forward and be better. Even like a Sadiq Bey, I feel like would have been a better. But I'm okay with this pick. I really wanted him to take Tyrese Halliburton because he was by far the best player available. He was projected to go top 6, top 5. He was ranked 4th, which I don't think is completely accurate, but yeah. But Tyrese can learn a lot from Chris Paul. I feel like if you can draft a point guard, this is a very heavy point guard draft, and you can pair him with Chris Paul, that guy's not going to be a bust. He will be a great player. But Jalen Smith is a good player. He was averaging like a double-double, good defender, about 2.5 blocks. I will say I did want them to take, even if they need a forward, I would take a Devin Vessel, who is much better, and even a Sadiq Bey. But I don't mind this pick. It's a good pick, I guess.
In the 2020 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Devin Vassell.
I like this pick a lot. I feel like Devin can learn a lot from DeMar DeRozan, and that's because Devin Vassell's, the things he does is three-point shooting and defense, and that's like literally DeMar's only weaknesses. So if he can teach him, like, you know, his other stuff, driving to the basket, playmaking, all those stuff, that DeRozan, slashing, that DeRozan already does, so he can turn into an amazing player. I feel like this is a good pick, especially because, like, they already have DeJounte Murray and Derek White as their guard, so now they're selecting their forward. They already have Jakob Poeltl. They're starting to build on for the future, so I really like this pick for the Spurs.
In the 2020 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State.
Tyrese Halliburton, I love this dude, one of my favorite players in the entire draft. He is pretty big for a point guard. He is 6'5". He is a great three-point shooter. He shot about 43% in college. He is very good at driving to the rim, very explosive. Very solid defender. I really like this pick for Sacramento. Now, I know that their top two guys, Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox, are both guards, but I think Buddy Hield's going. He's not staying. So, and he was by far the best player available. So, we'll talk about him a bit more later.
In the 2020 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Kira Lewis Jr. from the University.
Kira Lewis is a very fast point guard, very solid from free, solid defender. He is only 165 pounds. I really like the fit with Zion because, like, just think of all the passes he can throw to him, like, with how speedy he is. I will say this: I don't know what they're doing with Lonzo. Looks like they were basically searching for a guy that can be their sixth man for a long time because Lonzo's not going anyway, and they just took the guy who has the best fit with Zion. So I guess that makes sense.
With the 14th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Aaron Nesmith.
So this draft has so many amazing 3-and-D guys, and Aaron Nesmith, as a small forward, he's a great defender. He's a 7 foot. He has 7 foot wingspan, 213 pounds. But he's still an amazing three-point shooter. He shot 50% from the three on 4 attempts a game, which is legendary. And even in the NBA, I still can see him shooting like 39, 42% depending on the amount of attempts he takes. And I feel like that is exactly who the Celtics need, and I love this pick for them. Now after we finish the lottery, we'll see every pick, and I will go over the important ones and tell you what I think about them.
15th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony is a very solid point guard. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. It's interesting the fit with Markelle Fultz, but I do think he was the best player available, and probably one of those gone because, well, maybe Fultz will be a backup point guard. But yeah, I like this pick. Okay.
With the 16th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Isaiah Stewart from the. With the 17th pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Alexei Pokusevski. In the 2020 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Josh Green from.
Yeah, I kind of like this pick because the thing with this pick is that it brings them another good player to play with Porzingis and Luka. Josh Green is basically another 3-and-D guy. I didn't really want them to take Tyrese Maxey because they need more playmaking to add to play with Luka Doncic. I don't like the fact that Luka Doncic is a point guard and he's making all the claims for himself, but I guess it's a solid pick.
With the 19th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Saddiq Bey.
Up there with Devin Vassell is the greatest shooter in the draft. One of the most NBA-ready players. I love Saddiq Bey, and I was actually pretty shocked that he fell to be to the 19th spot. I mean, he made a 46% from 3 on an insane 7 attempts a game. He is also a very good defender, and I love this pick for the Nets. Though, you know, now he is on the Pistons, so I'm gonna wish him good luck right there.
With the 20th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Precious Achiuwa. With the 21st pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Tyrese Maxey.
So I like this pick because we needed to add more playmaking, and that's exactly what Tyrese Maxey needs. I don't like the fact that Ben Simmons does all the playmaking. He should do most of the work, but with them getting a Tyrese Maxey, especially them getting it with like a very low pick, like the 24th, I really like the selection for them.
NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Zeke Naji from. With the 23rd pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Leandro Bolmaro from. With the 24th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select R.J. Hampton from.
Yeah, R.J. Hampton is a 6'5", very athletic, explosive, very quick guard. He is not a great three-point shooter, but he did show a lot of promise on that end. He is a very solid playmaker, very good at driving to the rim, though he does need to improve at getting to the free throw line, because he doesn't shoot. He's a very good free throw shooter. He just doesn't get to the line almost at all. But now he plays for the Bucks, and that's even more help for them to get Giannis to stay. And he was projected to go top 15, maybe even in the lottery, and they selected him with the number 24 pick. So I would say it's still for them.
2020 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Emmanuel Quickley from. With the 26th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Peyton Pritchard. With the 27th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Udoka Azubuike from Delta, Nigeria, and the University of Kansas. With the 28th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Jaden McDaniels from the University. With the 29th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Malachi Flynn. Pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Desmond Bane from Texas Christian University.
Oh my god, Desmond Bane. I thought he was going to be the steal of the draft before. I was projecting him to go like 18 to 22, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit lower. And then he got picked 30th. And the Celtics traded him to the Grizzlies. This kid is one of the greatest shooters in the entire draft. He is great at driving to the rim. His basketball IQ, toughness, his different shooting could maybe even earn him a starting spot for the Grizzlies. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm gonna tell me who do you guys think is the steal of the draft? Tyrese Halliburton, Danny Avdia, or Desmond Bane? I'm gonna do 2 parts, like kind of a series of everything that's going on in the off season if this video goes well. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This is NP. Peace out.